Removing it because I want to put it first. Let tell you 1 second.
Yeah, you just
सर
answered.
हम पूरे अनुशासन में आपसे सवाल पूछ रहे हैं
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just asking a question.
You are arguing with me because you are.
सर पूरे अनुशासन में हम आपसे सवाल पूछ रहे हैं पूरे अनुशासन में सवाल पूछ रहे हैं सर
सभी सवाल का जवाब
Did we
दूंगा.
heckle you? You are just putting.
You no, you are putting
ऐसे माइक नहीं हटा सकते सर
You just see. What kind of?
जयराम सर इस तरह से जयराम सर
Sir, you are not going
You are putting a mic into my mouth.
Sir, just want your reaction. See,
जयराम सर
don't try to put
इस तरह
words
से
in the mouth like this.
सेना के शौर्य पर सवाल उठा देना सर और फिर आप
Our mic is at.
जयराम सर प्लीज सर इस तरह से सेना के शौर्य पर सवाल उठा देना सर
This is just you putting the words only.
जयराम सर
Mic was at quite a far distance. Mr. Jairam, will there be any action on the action by the party since you have action legi? His personal.
प्लीज हो गया दीदी.
Sir, if everything is fine, then why we are being barred from your briefing? Then why we are being barred? Any action you are going to take?
Nobody is barred from Mr. Rahul Gandhi's briefing.
Your team has just told us.
Media is welcome.
It was your reaction. That's why we are asking you.
Media is welcome to cover the briefing.
Sir, any notice be issued to Digvijaya Singh now? Sir, will there be any notice issued to Digvijaya Singh?
Please sit down clear. Your
Sir,
question has been answered.
Sir,
You
no
have time
question has been
for PC.
Sir, we are asking, sir, any action?
कोई एक्शन लिया जाएगा
Any action on Sir Digvijaya Singh?
Don't please for that. He's giving a similar kind of. Please, don't. How you're going to shield him? Who is raising question?
Because you are the one who are
पार्टी की
often
तरफ से
taking out at the government for being undemocratic in their approach, dictatorial in your approach.
Using the stage Sir, will there be any action on Digvijaya Singh, sir? ये तो बता दीजिए. Mr. Jairam, Ramesh. Sir, we are asking questions. No one is heckling.
दे दिए सर. बात हो गई.
Mr. Jairam, will there be any action on him? Sir, Mr. Jairam, you said you will answer our questions. Then
You have an option.
Meanwhile, the BJP has stepped up its attack against the Congress party, calling Digvijaya's comment the biggest insult to our forces, also calling him a repeat offender and again questioning what the Congress is doing against Digvijaya Singh. Listen in.
राहुल गांधी पहली बार बोले हैं कि मैं सेना का सम्मान करता हूं. जो पार्टी की ओर से गंभीर सवाल उठाए गए थे उसको उन्होंने पहली बार कहा कि हम सेना का सम्मान करते हैं. राहुल जी, दिग्विजय सिंह आपके साथ कन्याकुमारी से चल रहे हैं तो हजारों किलोमीटर की यात्रा में आप उनको समझा नहीं पाए थे क्या? वो कोई पहली बार बोले थे क्या? और आज जब आपने ये कहा तो आपने कुछ और सवाल खड़े कर दिए. इसलिए आज इस चैप्टर का हम फाइनल हिसाब करने आए हैं. Rahul Gandhi, today the BJP is going to settle the final account with you as far as your vacillating stand on the armed forces is concerned. आज मैंने सुबह एक बात कही थी कि ये देश सेना के शहादत का सबूत नहीं मांगता, उनके बलिदान को सलाम करता है. यही भारत की परंपरा है ना. Indians don't seek proof of the heroic courage of our armed forces but salute them. और उसका कारण भी मैंने कहा था कि देश के लिए जीते तो हम लोग सब लोग हैं, देश के लिए मरते कौन हैं? हमारे सेना के जवान, ऑफिसर्स, पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस. तो आज जब राहुल गांधी ने कहा है तो राहुल गांधी से कुछ सवाल पूछना है और देश को उनकी टिप्पणियों के बारे में दोबारा याद भी कराना है और उनसे पूछना है कि क्या आप इसको भी वापस लेंगे? 16 दिसंबर 2022 को, कुछ ही दिन पहले, राजस्थान के दौसा में भारत जोड़ो यात्रा के दौरान राहुल गांधी ने कहा था, चीनी सैनिक भारत के सैनिकों को पीट रहे हैं। ये शब्द थे उनके। ये बहुत ही अपमानजनक शब्द है, जो कि गलत भी है। भारत के सेना के जवान और अफसरों ने कमाल का काम किया और एक कर्नल लेवल के अफसर भी शहीद हुए थे। चीनी सैनिक पिटे थे। आपने कहा चीनी सैनिक भारत की सेना को पीट रहे हैं। फिर 23 जून 2022 को गलवान के मुद्दे पर राहुल गांधी ने ट्वीट किया कि क्या चीन ने भारतीय जमीन पर कब्जा किया है। जबकि चीन के कब्जा करने को रोका गया तो यह आपने ट्वीट किया। और सबसे तो रोचक, 6 अक्टूबर 2016 को राहुल गांधी ने क्या कहा था? सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक पर कहा था कि उनकी वीरता को खून की दलाली बताया था राहुल गांधी ने, याद होगा। आज याद करना जरूरी है देश को कि जब सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक के आलोक में बहुत प्रशंसा हो रही थी तो खून की दलाली बताई गई थी। और ये सिर्फ यही बात नहीं है, वो तो जेएनयू भी गए थे जहां टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग खड़े थे, उनको नैतिक समर्थन दिया था। पता नहीं आपको याद है कि नहीं कि जब एक अमेरिकन एम्बेसडर आए थे, उनसे बातचीत में उन्होंने क्या कहा था कि हिंदू टेररिज्म इज मोर लेथल देन इट्स अदर टेररिज्म। ये तो उन्होंने कहा था। आज आतंकवाद एक बड़ी चुनौती है। आज सेना के हमारे जवान हिम्मत से, क्या पाकिस्तान का बॉर्डर हो या बाकी हो या चीन की सीमाएं हो, खड़े हैं देश की सुरक्षा के लिए। तो क्या हम सम्मान के शब्द नहीं बोल सकते? ये बहुत ही गंभीर जो और उनकी किताब में क्या क्या खिलाफ में लिखा हुआ है। और जब भी ये फंसते हैं तो बस एक ही शब्द, इट इज देयर पर्सनल व्यू, इट इज देयर पर्सनल व्यू। इसलिए फिर बात ही है वहीं पर, इतना आपको समय क्यों लगा सफाई देने में? राहुल गांधी जी, वाई इट टुक सो मेनी ईयर्स फॉर यू टू पब्लिकली स्टेट दैट यू रिस्पेक्ट योर इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ आर्म फोर्सेस? तो आप ये भी कह देते कि जो हमने पहले बोला है उसके लिए आई एम सॉरी, वो गलत था। तो इसलिए मैंने आज आपके डेट वाइज जो आपने बोला है उसको हमने याद दिलाया। इसलिए राहुल जी, आपकी सफाई कुछ जम नहीं रही है। आज मुझे बताएगा वो प्रेस करेंगे, तो आज मैंने उनकी प्रेस को बड़ी ईमानदारी से सुना। तो जितना मैंने उनके प्रेस को सुना उतने ही मेरे सवाल उठने लगे। फिर लगा कि नहीं, इस विषय पर एक बार पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय मंच से अपनी बात कहनी चाहिए। मित्रों, हमारा बहुत साफ साफ कहना है, कांग्रेस पार्टी आतंकवाद के ऊपर अपने रुख को स्पष्ट करे। कांग्रेस पार्टी देश की सुरक्षा के नाम पर अपने रुख को स्पष्ट करे।
So you see how the controversy is getting bigger, and BJP stepping up the attack against the Congress party, questioning why no action against Digvijaya Singh till now, especially if the Congress is not in support of that statement. We continue to get you more responses on the same. For the moment, we move on.
Massive anger across India over Vadra Congress's insult to forces. Pictures on your screen are from Jammu, where Dogra Front staged a protest this morning. Posters of Digvijaya Singh were burnt in Jammu. Yet there is no apology from either Digvijay or Vadra Congress. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Now for a short commercial break. On the other side, we get you that statement by Rajya Sabha MP Mahesh Jethmalani taking on Jairam Ramesh, questioning the China link. Also, Delhi mayor elections have been called off again after heavy sloganeering and ruckus that was witnessed at the Civic Centre. This was between the Aam Aadmi Party and BJP.
In a big embarrassment for Vadra Congress today after Vadra Congress asked Saboot on surgical strikes, Digvijaya Singh, on being confronted, made a U-turn saying that it has greatest regards for the armed forces.
पार्टी ने किनारा कर लिया पर क्या कायम है आप अपने बयान पर स्टेटमेंट हाउ इट कैन बी रॉन्ग
The comments made are the comments by the opposition. I have got the greatest regard and respect for our defense forces, and I hold them in highest esteem.
But we NI has already presented a charge sheet.
No end to Bengaluru civic apathy in yet another incident. A BESCOM worker lost his life after suffering electric shock while repairing a transformer in Bengaluru. Days after the centre blocked airing of BBC documentary on Prime Minister Modi, a complaint was filed over the screening of the controversial series at the University of Hyderabad campus. Former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's relationship with the US and Russia. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar at the third edition of Atal Bihari Vajpayee Memorial Lecture, saying, and I quote, Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's ties with US-Russia. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu attacked former Chief Minister Jairam over his allegations regarding state borrowings. Addressing the media, the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh said that I do not want to get into needless political blame game.
हिमाचल के लोगों पर 75,000 करोड़ का कर्ज, 11,000 करोड़ के सरकारी कर्मचारी और अधिकारियों को 6th पे कमिश्नर का एरियर और 992 करोड़ डीए का एरियर जयराम सरकार जो हम पर छोड़कर गई है, और 900 संस्थान 6 महीने में खोले जिन पर खर्चा तकरीबन 5,000 करोड़ रुपया आना था, ये छोड़ कर गई है। ऐसी कौन सी दिव्य शक्ति जयराम जी में प्रवेश होगी?
Vadra Congress refuses to act on Digvijaya Singh. Yatra flops with a position on national security. Bharat Jodo Yatra or Bharat Todo Yatra debating tonight at 9 p.m. Jairam's pro-China position. A secret deal with the CCP. Time for a public disclosure on China Link, debating tonight at 10 p.m.
The Congress insults the valor of our forces, but no condemnation, no action yet from the top leadership. The Rajya Sabha MP Mahesh Jethmalani takes on Jairam Ramesh. He questions the China links. Despite the ban on the BBC documentary series in the media, screening at multiple campuses. The Delhi mayor elections are called off again after heavy sloganeering and ruckus between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP at the Civic Centre. Telugu actor Sudhir Verma dies by suicide at the age of 33. He was reportedly struggling to get good work. And renowned Indian architect Balkrishna Vithaldas, credited with designing some of the most iconic structures in the country, passes away at 95.
A very good evening. You're with us on Republic and I'm Deepthi Sachdeva. We begin with our spotlight on this massive controversy and a huge one brewing between the Congress and the BJP. Now this is about Jairam Ramesh and his alleged links to China. Now what has happened earlier in the day is that Mahesh Jethmalani, who's a Rajya Sabha MP, also a senior advocate, has hit out at Jairam Ramesh because he alleges that Jairam Ramesh has links to China. He's saying that he's been acting like a conduit. In fact, he says that there are alleged links of the Huawei company with China. Now, he goes on to say that Jairam Ramesh must clarify his position. Instead, what Jairam Ramesh now has done is that being silent on those charges that have been raised by Mahesh Jethmalani, he instead is firing 4 more questions at the government, trying to put them in the dock. Let's quickly play out all the reactions we have so far on that story.
Look, I don't know how it will be perceived across the world, but as a concerned Indian, right, I am extremely worried that he's challenging Indian government positions, Indian army positions on sensitive border issues, the skirmishes, Galwan, Tawang, Doklam. So I am very concerned that somebody with this kind of background, right? I mean, if it was done solely in the spirit of inquiry, as a member of the opposition, as a member of the Rajya Sabha, nothing wrong. Right? But you seem to be taking a line, right, which is anti-Indian. You seem to be taking a line which is pro-Chinese, and then it's improper. The propriety of this whole situation, i.e., that you've been a lobbyist for Chinese companies and China in general. China looks upon you personally with great favor, right? That it should be coming from such a person is a matter which concerns me. Now, are you speaking out of genuine concern for the country, or are you speaking out of motivated interest?
Hi, Mahesh. I was asking you about this article that you put out the second time in a week.
No, it's not an article. It's just a tweet I put out.
Yes,
it's just a tweet. It's
while tagging a reference made to Jairam Ramesh and his thoughts on Huawei.
I mean, I wish I had made an article because there's so much material on this. But at the moment, a tweet will have to suffice.
But Mahesh, I wanted to ask you, see, you remember in 2019, 2020, when the first pictures came out, the first details of this MOU came out, you had some questions back then. But now when you look at it, there was an MOU, there were funds that were transferred in the same period by the Chinese embassy, there were deals taking place, pro-China tilt in the government. Do you believe there's much more?
I believe there's much more. I believe there is much more. I believe there is much more to even the yatra and the fact that Jairam Ramesh is spearheading it. I believe that it raises a lot of eyebrows because Jairam Ramesh himself has to answer a lot of questions.
Yes.
So yes, go on.
In 2010, Mahesh, in the article that you tagged, it's clear that even within his own party, Jairam Ramesh faced opposition on firms like Huawei setting up the unit in India, firms that have been deemed as national security threats in countries like America. Most of Europe have a very adverse opinion on Huawei. And do you think he was lobbying? Why do you say he was perhaps lobbying?
Well, because if you look, starting from 2005, and I've quoted an excerpt from his book, why I had come into India by that time, and he was asking for, something which I find quite strange. He was asking for an expansion of their activities, right? In the face of this is the UPA Home Ministry's objections to Huawei coming into this country on the ground that there were security issues. And he was actually ridiculing these objections of the UPA Home Ministry and saying that, they're exaggerated, and the word he used was paranoid in his book. Right from the outset, his early links have continued. It started in 2005. That's the earliest that I've been able to trace his links, right? When he's published his book on, making sense of Chindia, right? Ever since then, this tenor continues in his association with Chinese companies and with China generally.
Do you have more proof, Mahesh? It appears that you know something more, but you're not revealing it. Is there something more? Do you think it's something related to the MOU?
He wanted cooking guns.
No. See, because nobody knows what's in the MOU, Mahesh.
I will publish everything I know slowly.
But do you know, is there more? Is there something more that you perhaps know? I'm not asking you to give out the details if you don't want to, but is there something more that you know that you feel is suspicious?
Yes.
Why are you putting it out in installments?
In one word, yes. And I'm waiting for Jairam Ramesh's response.
So you've heard that conversation that's come in from Mahesh Jethmalani, and like I said, there are also a series of tweets that now have come in from the Twitter handle of Jairam Ramesh, who's curiously silent on the many allegations that Mahesh Jethmalani is raising on whether he does have alleged links with a Chinese company, also whether he's been lobbying for a particular firm. Instead, what he does is that he opens another front and he instead is asking for more questions of the BJP. So is Jairam Ramesh today cornered? Is he wanting to duck those questions? Is what the BJP says. We'll try and get you more reactions to that story, and through the evening that will be our top focus. Wrestler Bajrang Punia and Sakshi Malik have tweeted and said that they were promised that they will be consulted before the formation of the Oversight Committee, but they underscore that there was no consultation with them before the formation of the same. An FIR has been registered against the Samajwadi Party leader Swami Prasad Maurya over his controversial remarks on Ramcharitramanas. This FIR was registered following a complaint against him when he kicked up a controversy by alleging that certain verses of the Ramcharitramanas, he said, promoted social discrimination. The Delhi police now has filed a charge sheet in the Shraddha Walker murder case. This runs into more than 6,000 pages. She was allegedly strangled, her body then chopped into multiple pieces, disposed of in various parts of Delhi by her live-in partner, Aftab. "33-year-old Telugu actor Sudhir Verma allegedly died by suicide. Known for his humble behavior and excellence, the Telugu industry has expressed their condolences. Celebrated Indian architect Balkrishna Doshi passed away at the age of 95, leaving behind a rich legacy of his legendary work in the architectural world. He garnered prominence for his work in architecture during the course of his 7-decade-long career. He was a part of more than 100 big projects, most of which were of educational institutions in India, like schools, art centers, and libraries. The Delhi mayor polls were stalled for the second time, with the House being adjourned till further notice. The members nominated by the LG did take oath before the elected representatives in the House. Strong earthquake tremors were felt in the Delhi NCR region on Tuesday afternoon, triggering panic amongst residents. According to the National Centre of Seismology, the intensity of the earthquake was 5.8 on the Richter scale. There's absolutely no end to the Bangalore civic apathy in yet another incident. A BESCOM worker lost his life after suffering an electric shock while he was repairing a transformer. Police in Coimbatore have held a Bangladeshi national called Anwar Hussain at the Coimbatore airport upon suspicion. The police had asked him to sing the national anthem, which he wasn't able to sing. Frisking these documents, the police found that he was traveling with a fake Indian passport. The Chandigarh police, along with the bomb disposal teams, reached the Chandigarh court after some advocates received a call of bomb alert in a courtroom. The complex later was vacated and the teams were rushed to the spot. On the other side, despite the ban on the BBC documentaries in the country, there are screening at multiple campuses. Also, the Delhi mayor elections called off again after heavy sloganeering and ruckus between the AAP and the BJP at the Civic Centre.
In a big embarrassment for Vadra Congress, a day after Vadra Congress asked Saboot on surgical strikes, Digvijaya Singh, on being confronted, made a U-turn saying that it has greatest regards for the armed forces.
पार्टी ने किनारा कर लिया पर क्या कायम है आप अपने बयान पर
statement how it can be wrong.
The comments made are the comments by the opposition. I have got the greatest regard and respect for our defense forces, and I hold them in highest esteem.
But NI has already presented a charge sheet.
No end to Bengaluru civic apathy in yet another incident. A BESCOM worker lost his life after suffering electric shock while repairing a transformer in Bengaluru. Days after the centre blocked airing of BBC documentary on Prime Minister Modi, a complaint was filed over the screening of the controversial series at the University of Hyderabad campus. Former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's relationship with the US and Russia. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar at the third edition of Atal Bihari Vajpayee Memorial Lecture, saying, and I quote, Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's ties with US-Russia. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu attacked former Chief Minister Jairam over his allegations regarding state borrowings. Addressing the media, the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh said that I do not want to get into needless political blame game.
हिमाचल के लोगों पर 75,000 करोड़ का कर्ज, 11,000 करोड़ के सरकारी कर्मचारी और अधिकारियों को 6th पे कमिश्नर का एरियर और 992 करोड़ डीए का एरियर जयराम सरकार जो हम पर छोड़कर गई है, और 900 संस्थान 6 महीने में खोले जिन पर खर्चा तकरीबन 5,000 करोड़ रुपया आना था। ये
is too high and the high voltage drama has erupted in Civic Centre. When will Delhi get its mayor? Date and date again and again. Every date is keeping extended.
This answer has to be given by the Aam Aadmi Party. On 6th, they have created a ruckus on the issue that the nominated councillor should not take an oath. Today, everything was going smooth. That means on 6th, their ruckus, whatever they created, has been exposed now. Today, everything was going smooth. The moment the presiding officer said the election should start taking place now, they started creating a ruckus again. That will mean they don't have a number right now, or they might be in a fear that their councillors might not be switched over. That's the reason they're not letting the house happen.
But Mr. Khurana, they have a huge number. They have 134 Aam Aadmi Party councillors. Why do you think that Aam Aadmi Party is creating ruckus? Aam Aadmi Party is alleging that BJP is creating a ruckus.
Harsha, that has to be explained by the Aam Aadmi Party. A person who is claiming 150 seats is creating a ruckus again and again. 6 we have seen it. Today also we have seen it. Why are they not letting it happen? We should understand the house will decide who has got the majority. Let the house happen. दूध का दूध पानी का पानी हो जाएगा. लेकिन problem this is कि they are in a fear of that कि their council might not switch over. That's the reason they're not letting the house happen.
Afraid that the cross voting could happen, and that's the fear.
You think we are getting afraid? Let the Aam Aadmi Party is getting afraid. We have seen it on 6th. We have seen they created one issue. Today the issue was closed. Why? Why? This shows that the ruckus which was being created is just a false ruckus. They don't want. There's a drama what they have done it. Today, again they have done it again.
Mr. Khurana, everyone wants to know when Delhi will get mayor and deputy mayor, and the likewise, and whatever is happening inside the civic center, inside the session, it feels like Delhi could no it in no mood to get a mayor or deputy mayor.
You are asking a wrong question to a wrong person, ma'am. Let the Aam Aadmi Party decide. What we are demanding, let the house run. Let the house run.
From both the sides, the chants were done from both the sides.
Let the house run, na. Let the house run. Let the house decide who has got the majority.
अभी फिर से बुलाओ, फिर चुनाव होगा। आप लोकतंत्र को क्या मजाक समझते हैं आप लोग? बच्चों का खेल है ये कि जब चाहे तब बाधित करेंगे, फिर एडजर्न करा देंगे, फिर उसके बाद हम कहेंगे नहीं नहीं आओ फिर ऐसे होगा। इसके पीछे है क्या? हमने तो नहीं कहा।
In a big embarrassment for Vadra Congress, a day after Vadra Congress asked Saboot on surgical strikes, Digvijaya Singh, on being confronted, made a U-turn, saying that it has greatest regards for the armed forces.
पार्टी ने किनारा कर लिया, पर क्या कायम है आप अपने बयान पर? Statement, how it can be wrong?
The comments made are the comments by the opposition. I have got the greatest regard and respect for our defence forces, and I hold them in highest esteem.
But NI has already presented a charge sheet.
No end to Bengaluru civic apathy in yet another incident. A Bescom worker lost his life after suffering electric shock while repairing a transformer in Bengaluru. Days after the centre blocked airing of BBC documentary on Prime Minister Modi, a complaint was filed over the screening of the controversial series at the University of Hyderabad campus. Former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's relationship with the US and Russia. External Affairs Minister S. Jayashankar at the third edition of Atal Bihari Vajpayee Memorial Lecture, saying, and I quote, Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's ties with US-Russia. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu attacked former Chief Minister Jairam over his allegations regarding state borrowings. Addressing the media, the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh said that I do not want to get into needless political blame game.
हिमाचल के लोगों पर 75,000 करोड़ का कर्ज, 11,000 करोड़ के सरकारी कर्मचारी और अधिकारियों को 6th पे कमिश्नर का एरियर और 992 करोड़ डीए का एरियर जयराम सरकार जो हम पर छोड़ कर गई है, और 900 संस्थान 6 महीने में खोले जिन पर खर्चा तकरीबन 5,000 करोड़ रुपया आना था, ये छोड़ कर गई है। ऐसी कौन सी दिव्य शक्ति जयराम जी में प्रवेश होगी कि 4.5 साल तक तो संस्थान खोले नहीं और लास्ट के 6 महीनों में संस्थान खोल दिए।
Republic 48.3%, 374% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy has destroyed the landing experiment. Vadra Congress refuses to act on Digvijaya Singh. Yatra flops with a position on national security. Bharat Jodo Yatra or Bharat Todo Yatra debating tonight 9 p.m.
And breaking news has just coming in. Now we'll have it on the screens. Kangana's Twitter account now has been restored. Let's cut across to Suesha, who has more details. Now, you know, Suesha, for a long time, her account had remained suspended. It was also banned. But considering that there has been a lot of change in policies of late, her account now has been restored.
And yes, exactly. Kangana Ranaut is back on Twitter. In fact, ever since the management had changed, especially after Elon Musk had taken over, she was really hoping that she would come back. And this is exactly what fans had been posting over and over again. And now her account has finally been restored. She is back on Twitter with 81.7k views. That is what is written. Kangana Ranaut's Twitter account that had been suspended earlier on after she had put out a controversial post that had a mention of Mamata Banerjee, after which Twitter had taken down her account. But ever since Elon Musk had taken over, there was a lot of talk about whether her account would be restored, especially after Donald Trump's account was also active and alive once again, and he was taken back on Twitter. So it was said that it would take up to a few weeks, which has finally happened. Kangana Ranaut's Twitter account is now back. She is the account has been restored, which means Kangana will now again be able to connect with all her fans and everyone on Twitter. Of course, a very, very active personality on Twitter among the many celebrities, especially for someone who is known for her straight talk and someone who is known for her very direct posts, which she would put out time and again to express her views and opinions. And while she would stoke a lot of reactions, she would have a lot of people speak over what her opinions and thoughts were. This particular post that caused the hugest controversy when she had written this particular post about Mamata Banerjee, which finally had Twitter suspend her account, and she was off Twitter. She was active on Coup, but now Kangana Ranaut is back on Twitter, and like I said, that it was being said that it could take a couple of weeks and months, which finally has now seen the light of the day. Kangana Ranaut will now be able to talk to her fans via Twitter again.
All right, so Aisha, for the moment, thank you.
राष्ट्रीय जनता दल की ओर से आधिकारिक रूप से यह बात कि डील हुआ है, गठबंधन बनाते समय डील हुआ है। अब क्या डील हुआ है आज हम भी जानना चाहते हैं कि क्या डील हुआ है, क्योंकि जिस तरह से राष्ट्रीय जनता दल के लोग कह रहे हैं, सीधे तौर पे नीतीश कुमार जी को खारिज करने की बात कर रहे हैं। नीतीश कुमार जी को हटाकर अब क्या लोग चाहते हैं फिलहाल वही बताएंगे, लेकिन डील की बात लोग करते हैं तो डील का खुलासा होना चाहिए। उपेंद्र कुशवाहा पर टिप्पणी करने के बजाय क्या डील हुआ है, जो लोग डील में रहे हैं उनको बताना चाहिए या आखिर डील क्या हुआ है। उपेंद्र कुशवाहा इस डील को जानना चाहता है। आज कार्यक्रम होता है जनता दल यूनाइटेड का भी, तो उपेंद्र कुशवाहा के खिलाफ भी अब चल रही है, और यह साजिश उपेंद्र कुशवाहा के खिलाफ नहीं है, यह साजिश सीधे नीतीश कुमार जी के खिलाफ है।
In a big embarrassment for Vadra Congress today, after Vadra Congress asked Saboot on surgical strikes, Digvijaya Singh, on being confronted, made a U-turn, saying that it has greatest regards for the armed forces.
पार्टी ने किनारा कर लिया, पर क्या कायम है आप अपने बयान पर? Statement, how it can be wrong?
The comments made are the comments by the opposition. I have got the greatest regard and respect for our defense forces, and I hold them in highest esteem.
But NI has already presented a charge sheet.
No end to Bengaluru civic apathy in yet another incident. A BESCOM worker lost his life after suffering electric shock while repairing a transformer in Bengaluru. Days after the centre blocked airing of BBC documentary on Prime Minister Modi, a complaint was filed over the screening of the controversial series at the University of Hyderabad campus. Former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's relationship with the US and Russia. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar at the third edition of Atal Bihari Vajpayee Memorial Lecture, saying, and I quote, Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's ties with US-Russia. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu attacked former Chief Minister Jairam over his allegations regarding state borrowings. Addressing the media, the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh said that I do not want to get into needless political blame game.
हिमाचल के लोगों पर 75,000 करोड़ का कर्ज, 11,000 करोड़ के सरकारी कर्मचारी और अधिकारियों को 6th पे कमिश्नर का एरियर और 992 करोड़ डीए का एरियर जयराम सरकार जो हम पर छोड़कर गई है, और 900 संस्थान 6 महीने में।
Vadra Congress refuses to act on Digvijaya Singh. Yatra flops with a position on national security. Bharat Jodo Yatra or Bharat Todo Yatra debating tonight 9 p.m. Jairam's pro-China position. A secret deal with the CCP. Time for a public disclosure on China Link, debating tonight at 10 p.m. Blocked in India, but the lobby screens the film. Why is the Tukade gang celebrating the BBC documentary? Who's provoking? Using the BBC docu-series, debating tonight at 10:30 p.m.
Hello and welcome. You're watching This Is Exclusive with me, Shavan Sen. Tonight we get you that big interview with the interlocutor of Kantapur Liberation Organization. If all goes well, then we are now witnessing yet another peace deal. This time with an insurgent group who has only created havoc in several districts of West Bengal as well as in Assam. We are in the cusp of signing that particular agreement. What does this essentially mean for the northeastern state as well as for the state of West Bengal? And what exactly is the KLO? We'll get you all the details in this edition, but up first, these are the headlines we are tracking for you at this hour. Republic Bangla Super exclusive news break coming up at 6 p.m. where videos gives proof of banned terror organization KLO's chief entering India. Banned terror organization KLO's chief enters India for talks with the government. Republic speaks to interlocutor. Vadra Congress insults valor of our forces, but no condemnation, no action yet from the top leadership. Rajya Sabha parliamentarian Mahesh Jethmalani takes on Jairam. Ramesh questions China links. Despite ban on the BBC docuseries in media, screening at multiple campuses. Delhi mayor elections called off again after heavy sloganeering and ruckus between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP at the Civic Centre. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Republic Bangla super exclusive. Not many have heard about the banned terror organization, Kamtapur Liberation Organization, or better known as the KLO. This is an organization which has come up with the objective to carve out a separate Kamtapur state comprising 6 districts of West Bengal and 4 districts of Assam. In a big exclusive that your channel has got, there are pictures and videos that confirm that KLO chief Jairam is in India and he entered via Mon district in Nagaland. We'll get you the latest report as to why exactly this is so very significant and how exactly will this really pan out. There are now talks that we are in the cusp of signing an agreement, a peace accord that could be signed between the government of India and the KLO. What does that essentially mean? KLO operates many camps in countries like Bhutan, Nepal and Bangladesh. With the return of KLO chief who has been in constant touch with the ULFA, does that really mean that there would be pressure on the ULFA also to come on the negotiating table? Take a look at this report as to the return, whether at all Jairam Singh has now come back to India and he is all set to have a talk with the government of India. Take a look at this report and then we'll also focus on that big interview that we're getting to you tonight.
Dondobot Gota Hanoke Azi Amira Gota Hane KLOর লগত ভারত সরকারের যে চুক্তি এই চুক্তিত বসিবার জন্য আমি গোটাখানে জঙ্গলের থাকি বাইরে হয়ে যাবার ধরছুং গোটা একজ ক্ষমতাপুরীবাসী জনগণের সহায় সহযোগিতা আর আশীর্বাদ কামনা করলাম আর আমাক নিবার জন্য আমার এতে উপস্থিত হয়েছে আমার স্যার একবার
These are the leaders of the Kamtapur Liberation Organization, known as KLO, fighting for a separate Kamtapur state, marching through the jungles to cross over into India. They have now decided to give up their arms.
अभी जीवन सिंह इसीलिए आ गया कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया सेपरेट जो स्टेट का डिमांड है वो सॉल्व करने के लिए तैयार हो गया, एग्री हो गया, इसीलिए आ गया. तो जीवन सिंह को पहली बार भी एक एनसी वो लेंस छोड़ के वो नहीं बोला कि हम एक एनसी छोड़ के तो हम जो मेन मुद्दा है कमतापुर डिमांड उससे हम भागे आएंगे पीछे आएंगे, ऐसा नहीं है. अभी भी वो इंडियन टेरिटरी नहीं, वो फुल प्लेजेड एक स्टेट डिमांड करके वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का साथ जो डेलीगेशन है उन लोगों से बात कर रहा है.
Jairam Singh, chairman of the banned terrorist outfit Kamtapur Liberation Organization, has entered Indian territory from his hideout in Myanmar, along with key interlocutors in tow.
Sir.
The chief of the KLO has claimed that he will be taking part in bilateral peace talks with the government of India. There have been reports of the active mediation of Himanta Biswa Sarma, the chief minister of Assam. A date on such an agreement is not known, but sources indicate a breakthrough could be achieved this week. The KLO was formed in December 1995 by students from the indigenous Rajbangshi community. They launched an armed struggle to form a Kamtapur state comprising districts of North Bengal and Assam. The outfit was banned by the government in 1997. Since then, they've been constantly changing base from the jungles of Bhutan to Bangladesh and recently hiding in the jungles of Myanmar.
If the peace deal with KLO comes through, undoubtedly it's going to be a big win for the Modi government. Having said that, the presence of KLO chief in India in itself is a step towards a victory. It remains to be seen what's going to be the framework of this peace deal. Will KLO give up arms? And the fact that whether at all this is now going to push the Alpha in Assam to come onto the negotiating table.
In the last few years, since the Modi government took over, several insurgent and terror groups have come to the table. KLO interlocutors are confident that this time peace will be permanent. Will New Delhi take the next step now? A Republic TV report.
Let me also bring in my colleague Ishan Dev, who's going to join us from the Bangla newsroom. Ishan Dev, just quickly walk us through the details of what we know so far. Jibon Chingo is already in India, at least if you go by the videos that have been accessed. Do we have any idea as far as whether the talks have already begun?
Shravan, the talks are yet to begin, and Jibon Singh, as you have shown in your reportage, that Jibon Singh, who was in his hideout for a long time, and he has come overground, and from outside India he has come into India, and through the mediation of the interlocutors, they have reached at a table from where they can have considerable discussions with the concerned authorities of Government of India. We have this is known to us so far, and as you are saying that this problem is a long-standing problem in the northern parts of West Bengal, and you know that KLO finds its roots in the students' organization named as All Kamtapur Students Union, or AKSU, and when AKSU, the leadership of AKSU, decided that it will go for an armed struggle for creation of a separate Kamtapur nation, at that point of time they approached the ULFA, that is known as a terrorist outfit in Assam, and coming into a collaboration with ULFA, they created this militant organization named as KLO. And not only Jibon Singh, Tom Adhikari and Milton Burman were also there in the leadership, but they are already in the mainstream, Tom and Milton. Jibon Singh was in his hideout, and now he has come back, and so far as we are concerned, that a treaty can be reached at such a situation has been created, and after the talks ends, KLO leadership can announce that they are going to surrender. Sawan.
Well, thank you very much, Ishan Dev, for getting us the latest. But now we're going to get you an interview that gives you a fair idea of what's really happening. KLO Chief Jibon has already claimed that he will be taking part in the bilateral peace talks with the Government of India with the active mediation of Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. Republic also spoke to Biswajit Ray, the interlocutor of the case. He had some startling revelations to make. In fact, he was the person who was in touch with Jibon Chingo, and the fact that it was he who had brought Jibon Chingo inside India, and he was present there. So what is it that they are now going to talk with the Government of India? What are the conditions of this particular deal? Listen into this exclusive conversation that I and my colleague Bayuk had with Biswajit Ray, KLO's interlocutor. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the cusp of a historic agreement being signed between the Government of India and the KLO, the Kamtapur Liberation Organization. For the longest time, the KLO has been a threat to states like Assam and West Bengal. There has been a demand for a separate state, leading to several violent activities taking place, especially in North Bengal and several districts of Assam. Finally, it turns out that the chief of KLO has agreed to sign a peace accord with the Government of India. Joining us on this special broadcast is Biswajit Ray. He's the interlocutor from the side of the KLO, the man who's been part of the committee trying to figure out a midway for the KLO and the Government of India. Biswajit, thank you very much for speaking to Republic TV. Let me straight away begin by asking you, Jibon Chingo was here, is he right now in India? That's what reports are suggesting. Tell us what has really changed. The man who was on the run, the man who has been changing countries, has finally now decided that it's game over and he wants to sign a peace deal with the Government of India.
KLO, Kamtapur Liberation Organization, demanding reorganization of separate Kamtapur state since 1993. And same time, the Assam and Bengal का जितना democratic organization है, वो लोग भी 5 दशक since 50 years demand करा रहा है कि then Home Minister sir then Home Minister Vallabhbhai Patel between last king of Komtapur Sir Jagadish Narayan 1949 28 अगस्त जो मर्जर एग्रीमेंट हुआ उस मर्जर एग्रीमेंट में स्पष्ट भावे लिखा है कि उन लोगों को सेपरेट स्टेट दिया जाएगा, सी कैटेगरी सेपरेट स्टेट दिया जाएगा। लेकिन आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस ऑफ इंडिया 1947 का 2 साल बाद में ये मर्जर एग्रीमेंट होके ये हम लोग का जो कोस्ट बिहार जो स्टेट था वो प्रिंसली स्टेट जो था वो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का साथ जुड़ी हुआ है। तो उस टाइम में जो एग्रीमेंट में जो स्पष्ट भाव लिखा है कि हम लोग को गो स्टेट सी कैटेगरी स्टेट दिया जाएगा, वो बाद में गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया डिवाइड एंड पॉलिसी करके हम लोग को डिवाइड किया, वो हम लोग को नहीं दिया। फिर हम लोग को डिवाइड किया दिया बंगाल, बिहार, मेघालय, आसाम, ऐसा तरफ से हम लोग को भाग करके हम लोग का जो ऐक्य था उनको डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया। फिर हम लोग आसाम और बंगाल का जो डेमोक्रेटिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, डेमोक्रेटिक मूवमेंट करके ये मांग रहा है कि जो हम लोग को जस्टिस मिलना चाहिए, जो मिलना चाहिए अकॉर्डिंग टू 1949-28 जो मर्जर एग्रीमेंट वो हम लोग को दिया जाएगा। अनुरूप जो केएलओ शिव जीवन सिंह फ्रॉम 1993 वो सॉवरेनिटी डिमांड करके वो हाथ में आर्म्स लेके वो चला गया। तो इसीलिए हम लोग अभी एक हो गया, जीवन सिंह जो सॉवरेनिटी डिमांड है वो छोड़ करके अभी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया अंडर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया का साथ बात करके पीस तो करके जो हम लोग का जो मेन मुद्दा है, जो डिमांड है, जो लेजिटिमेटिक डिमांड है वो मांग करके अभी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के साथ बात करने के लिए वो आ गया। और हम लोग भी एज ए पीस कमेटी हम लोग ये गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया बिटवीन केरल का साथ जो बात हो रहा है
जो मेरे को समझना है
तो थोड़ी
विश्वजीत
यस
विश्वजीत, जो मैं समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं वो ये है कि क्या आप ये कह रहे हैं कि अभी भी जीवन सिंह अभी भी वही मांग कर रहे हैं कि सेपरेट स्टेट हो? क्या वो मांग अभी भी है कि आप उसमें कुछ बदलाव दिख रहा है कि बिना सेपरेट स्टेट के भी पीस टॉक्स हो सकते हैं और वो डिमांड वो गिव अप करने के लिए तैयार हो चुके हैं?
हाँ, वो तो पहले से सोवरेन कोमटा को डिमांड किया, लेकिन अभी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया थोड़ा आश्वास दिया था ये जो मुद्दा है सेपरेट स्टेट का जो मुद्दा है वो मुद्दा लेके बात करेंगे, ये सॉल्व करने के लिए कोशिश करेंगे। और ये जो हम बताया जीवन सिंह जी को तो वो बोला ठीक है सहमत हो गए, इसीलिए वो सोवरेनिटी डिमांड करके अभी मेन स्ट्रीम आके वो बात कर रहा है। वो पहले भी स्पष्ट करके दिया था जब तक ये राज्य स्टेट नहीं होगा, रिफॉर्मेशन सेपरेट कोमटा को नहीं मिलेगा तब तक हम लोग बात करने के लिए भारत भूमि में नहीं आएंगे, बात नहीं करेंगे। तो अभी जीवन सिंह इसीलिए आ गया कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया सेपरेट जो स्टेट का डिमांड है वो सॉल्व करने के लिए तैयार हो गया, एग्री हो गया, इसीलिए आ गया। तो जीवन सिंह को पहली बार भी एक एनसी वो लेन छोड़ के वो नहीं बोला कि हम एक एनसी छोड़ के तो हम जो मेन मुद्दा है कोमटा को डिमांड उससे हम भागे आएंगे, पीछे आएंगे, ऐसा नहीं हुआ। अभी भी वो इंडियन टेरिटरी नहीं, वो फुल प्लेजेड एक स्टेट डिमांड करके वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का साथ जो डेलीगेशन है उन लोगों से बात कर रहा है। और हम लोग भी साथी है कि आसाम, बंगाल और बिहार लेके जितना हम लोग 18 डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेके जो डिमांड कर रहा है वो जस्टिस देगा। और जीवन सिंह भी यही चाहता है कि बंगाल का 8 डिस्ट्रिक्ट, बिहार का 3 डिस्ट्रिक्ट और आसाम को जो सोरभोग बरपेटा डिस्ट्रिक्ट का सोरभोग लेके जो अनडिपेंडेंट गोवालपाड़ा जिला है सारा लेके एक सेपरेट स्टेट कोमटापुर दिया जाएगा। वो पीछे नहीं आता और कोई कॉम्प्रोमाइज भी नहीं करना चाहते, वो स्पष्ट भावे ये बोल के दिया सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट।
विश्वजीत, आप इतने सारे केएलओ लीडर्स के साथ यू आर इन टच विद ऑल दिस केएलओ लीडर्स एंड in fact Jivan Singh, who approached first? Is it Jivan Singh who understood that his game is going to end and he approached the Indian government with a specific demand?
Since 2010, Jivan Singh tried to communicate to government of India. उस टाइम देन होम मिनिस्टर पी चिदम्बरम था, असम का गवर्नमेंट लेड तरुण गोगोई जी था, पश्चिम बंगाल का चीफ मिनिस्टर ममता दीदी को मैंने खुद चिट्ठी लेके भेजा कि जीवन सिंह मेन स्ट्रीम में आके बात करने के लिए साजू है, रेडी हो गया, तो आप लोग थोड़ा इसमें कोऑपरेशन करना है। बाद में उस टाइम कांग्रेस गवर्नमेंट ने ये बात करने के लिए थोड़ा डिले किया, तो ये सारा जो इंटरेस्ट है बाद में फिर स्टॉप हो गया। फिर और 2021 से शुरू हो गया। तो जो अभी जो हम लोग का गृह मंत्री है अमित शाह जी से उनका मीडिएटर ने डायरेक्टली टॉक किया। गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का होम मिनिस्ट्री अमित शाह जी बोला कि ठीक है, अगर वो सॉवरेनिटी डिमांड करके अगर बात करने चलते हम लोग रेडी है। तो मैंने सुना है उस टाइम आसाम का चीफ मिनिस्टर को तो जिम्मेदारी दे दिया, तुम जीवन सिंह से बात करो, जीवन सिंह क्या चाहते सब कुछ करने के लिए उनको जिम्मेदारी दिया। और गवर्नमेंट ऑफ आसाम का जो चीफ मिनिस्टर है वो भी बाय टेलीफोन जीवन सिंह से बात किया, कई बार बात किया, हम भी बात करके चीफ मिनिस्टर से बात किया और चीफ मिनिस्टर का जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है उनसे भी हम लोग बात किया। तो बाद में 2021 का 3 दिसंबर में डॉक्टर हिमंत बिश्व शर्मा ने अखबार में एक ट्वीट किया करके वो वेलकम किया जो जीवन सिंह मेन स्ट्रीम में आगे बात करना चाहते हैं, इसलिए हम खुशी है और ये आदरणीय पदक्षेप है। तो 2021 दिसंबर से ये शुरू हो गया। तो पहले मैं भी था, डायरेक्टली होम मिनिस्टर का ऑफिस में बिहार से बात हो गया, आसाम का चीफ मिनिस्टर से बाय ओवर टेलीफोन कॉन्फ्रेंस में बात भी किया। तो ये अभी जो डेवलपमेंट है इसमें सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का पूरा आंतरिकता है, आसाम गवर्नमेंट का जो चीफ मिनिस्टर है माननीय डॉक्टर हिमंत बिश्व शर्मा का अवदान है, इसीलिए वो आ गया। और मेरा मानना है कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया जो आश्वास देके जीवन सिंह को अभी इंडिया में लेके आया, इसमें आसाम गवर्नमेंट, बंगाल गवर्नमेंट, बिहार गवर्नमेंट, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को ये सब करने के लिए सहायता कीजिए, ये हम लोग का उन लोगों के ऊपर में हम लोग का रिक्वेस्ट है।
लेकिन आप लोगों ने तो अभी भी सरेंडर, केएलओ ने तो अभी भी सरेंडर नहीं किया विश्वजीत।
सरेंडर नहीं किया। तो पहले जीवन सिंह ने जीवन सिंह ने स्पष्ट कर दिया, तो हम लोग सरेंडर करके पीस तो बैठने के लिए पहले सीज फायर होगा, सीज फायर करने बाद हम लोग पीस एग्रीमेंट करेगा। इसलिए जीवन सिंह का साथ अभी 9 केएलओ कैडर्स एंड लीडर्स आ गया, उन लोगों के साथ गवर्नमेंट का बात होगा, पीस टेक होगा। आफ्टर पीस तो अगस्त पीस एग्रीमेंट का बाद उन लोगों का जो कैडर्स है अभी म्यांमार में है, कोई बांग्लादेश में है, नेपाल में है, भूटान में भी सब लोग एक साथ आके वो लोग आर्म्स ले डाउन करेगा, फॉर्मली करेगा। तो बिफोर पीस एग्रीमेंट वो लोग आर्म्स ले डाउन नहीं करेगा, वो लोग इंडिया में नहीं आएगा। तो आफ्टर पीस एकॉर्ड करने के बाद एक डेट फिक्स करेगा और उस टाइम में सारा जो कैडर्स अभी बाहर में है, जंगल में है, वो लोग आके वो लोग आर्म्स ले डाउन करेगा। और मेरे ख्याल से ये करने के बाद केएलओ ऑफिशियली वो लोग आ जाएगा।
विश्वजीत, और एक चीज जो जानना चाहूंगा वो ये है कि पीस टॉक्स शुरू हो चुकी है? और दूसरी बात, जब मॉन डिस्ट्रिक्ट में आप पहुंचे थे और जीवन सिंह को नागालैंड की ओर से अंदर भारतवर्ष के अंदर आए, तब आपके उनसे जब बातचीत हुआ, उनका क्या कहना था? सबसे पहले उन्होंने क्या कहा आपको? और दूसरी बात, ये पीस टॉक्स कब शुरू होने वाले, अग्रीमेंट कब साइन होने वाला है?
नहीं, मैं लास्ट 12 जनवरी से शाम को मैं बात किया था, वो बोला कि मैं आ रहा हूँ, आने के लिए कौन जाएगा कौन नहीं जाएगा सब सारा ठीक हो गया। फिर 2 दिन का बाद में वो म्यांमार सर के मोन डिस्ट्रिक्ट होके इंडिया में आ गया। तो उस टाइम ने हम लोग स्पष्ट करके दिया, उन लोगों को स्पष्ट करके दिया, आप आ जाओ, बात करो, सब कुछ गवर्नमेंट का इंडिया का जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव उनसे बात अभी भी बात चल रहा है। अभी भी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफिस एंड होम मिनिस्टर का ऑफिस जो ऑफिस है उन लोगों से बात कर रहा है। और मैंने सुना है जो बंगाल का जो एमपी है, स्टेट होम मिनिस्टर है निश्चित परमानेंट भी इस मुद्दा को सॉल्व करने के लिए प्राइम मिनिस्टर है होम मिनिस्टर से बात कर रहा है। अभी ऑफिशियली सीज फायर नहीं हुआ, इसलिए ओपन नहीं हुआ। तो सीज फायर एग्रीमेंट का बाद ओपन होगा, फॉर्मली गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का साथ बातचीत होगा। अभी सीज फायर नहीं हुआ, इसलिए फॉर्मली ओपनली बात नहीं हो रहा है, ओपनली ऑफिशियल टॉक नहीं रहा है। तो अभी रिसेंटली विदिन 2-3 डेज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एंड जीवन सिंह का साथ एक पीस एग्रीमेंट सीज फायर होगा। सीज फायर करने के बाद ऑफिशियली जो टॉक होगा वो टॉक शुरू होगा।
और एक चीज जो जानना चाहूंगा कि ये जो पीस टॉक्स की बात कर रहे हैं, क्या ऐसा हो सकता है कि जीवन सिंह जो डिमांड कर रहे थे, सेपरेट स्टेट की जो डिमांड कर रहे थे, वो कहीं ना कहीं वो डिमांड को छोड़ने के लिए तैयार है कि वो अभी भी वो डिमांड रखेंगे कि सॉवरेन स्टेट हो, कामतापुर बने, इसकी जो मांग है वो अभी भी मांग रखना चाहेंगे? वो
डेफिनेटली वो इसीलिए आ गया, उनका अभी भी वो एडामेन है। 1949 का जो मार्जर एग्रीमेंट है उनको मुताबिक ये स्टेट जो डिमांड है रिफॉर्मेशन करना है, वो डिमांड सर के वो कुछ बात नहीं कर रहा है। अभी हम लोग इसीलिए सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का ऊपर में ध्यान दे रहा है। वो लोग हम लोग का जो जस्टिस है, लॉन्ग स्टैंडिंग जो हम लोग का डिमांड है, आई थिंक ये सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट खुद वो लोग मालूम है कैसे हो गया, कैसे था। तो मेरे वाले ये जो जीवन सिंह का जो मेन डिमांड सेपरेट डिमांड, वो मुद्दा लेके गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया विद इन शॉर्ट टाइम ये सॉल्व करेगा। जीवन सिंह इस डिमांड का छोड़ के कोई अभी एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए राजी नहीं है। यूनियन टेरिटरी भी वो नहीं चाह रहा कि यूनियन टेरिटरी नहीं चाहिए, हम लोग को फुल प्लेजर स्टेट चाहिए।
In a big embarrassment for Vadra Congress, a day after Vadra Congress asked Saboot on surgical strikes, Digvijaya Singh, on being confronted, made a U-turn, saying that it has greatest regards for the armed forces.
पार्टी ने किनारा कर लिया, पर क्या कायम है आप अपने बयान पर? Statement, how it can be wrong?
The comments made are the comments by the opposition. I have got the greatest regard and respect for our defense forces, and I hold them in highest esteem.
But NI has already presented a charge sheet.
No end to Bengaluru civic apathy in yet another incident. A Bescom worker lost his life after suffering electric shock while repairing a transformer in Bengaluru. Days after the centre blocked airing of BBC documentary on Prime Minister Modi, a complaint was filed over the screening of the controversial series at the University of Hyderabad campus. Former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's relationship with the US and Russia. External Affairs Minister S. Jairam at the third edition of Atal Bihari Vajpayee Memorial Lecture, saying, and I quote, Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's ties with US-Russia. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu attacked former Chief Minister Jairam over his allegations regarding state borrowings. Addressing the media, the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh said that I do not want to get into needless political blame game.
हिमाचल के लोगों पर 75,000 करोड़ का कर्ज, 11,000 करोड़ के सरकारी कर्मचारी और अधिकारियों को 6th पे कमिश्नर का एरियर और 992 करोड़ डीए का एरियर जयराम सरकार जो हम पर छोड़कर गई है, और 900 संस्थान 6 महीने में खोले जिन पर खर्चा तकरीबन 5,000 करोड़ रुपया आना था, ये छोड़ कर गई है। ऐसी कौन सी दिव्य शक्ति जयराम जी में प्रवेश होगी कि 4.5 साल तक तो संस्थान खोले नहीं और लास्ट के 6 महीनों में संस्थान खोल दिए।
Republic 48.3%, 374% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy has destroyed the landing experiment. Republic TV, voice of the people.
A lot of preparations have been before the.
There will be no election for mayor today also, because we have seen what has happened and what was witnessed on 6th of January. Let me ask my video journalist Hitesh to once give you the sense. I'm still reporting from the Civic Center where the session was going on. You can see Atishi there. And let me also tell you, if we talk about this particular situation, so these are the councillor of Aam Aadmi Party. The BJP councillors have already walked out, and this has been declared by the speaker that there will be no election for mayor today also. So it was what we have seen is the oath ceremony. The oath ceremony first happened of the nominated member, and then it was the elected member. So all has taken the oath today, but later when it was the time to go for the mayor election, and it was declared, it was announced by the speaker, let me tell you, when it was the time for the mayor election, we have seen the ruckus, we have seen the sloggering, and after that only this was announced by the speaker. Once has been adjourned, and twice rather, I should tell you, it was adjourned.
In a big embarrassment for Vadra Congress, a day after Vadra Congress asked Sabut on surgical strikes, Digvijaya Singh, on being confronted, made a U-turn, saying that it has greatest regards for the armed forces.
पार्टी ने किनारा कर लिया, पर क्या कायम है आप अपने बयान पर?
Statement, how it can be not?
The comments made are the comments by the opposition. I have got the greatest regard and respect for our defense forces, and I hold them in highest esteem.
But NI has already presented a charge sheet.
No end to Bengaluru civic apathy in yet another incident. A BESCOM worker lost his life after suffering electric shock while repairing a transformer in Bengaluru. Days after the centre blocked airing of BBC documentary on Prime Minister Modi, a complaint was filed over the screening of the controversial series at the University of Hyderabad campus. Former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's relationship with the US and Russia. External Affairs Minister S. Jayashankar at the third edition of Atal Bihari Vajpayee Memorial Lecture, saying, and I quote, Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's ties with US-Russia. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu attacked former Chief Minister Jairam over his allegations regarding state borrowings. Addressing the media, the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh said that I do not want to get into needless political blame game.
हिमाचल के लोगों पर 75,000 करोड़ का कर्ज, 11,000 करोड़ के सरकारी कर्मचारी और अधिकारियों को 6th पे कमिश्नर का एरियर और 992 करोड़ डीए का एरियर जयराम सरकार जो हम पर छोड़ कर गई है, और 900 संस्थान 6 महीने में खोले जिन पर खर्चा तकरीबन 5,000 करोड़ रुपया आना था, ये छोड़ कर गई है। ऐसी कौन सी दिव्य शक्ति जयराम जी में प्रवेश होगी कि 4.5 साल तक तो संस्थान खोले नहीं, लास्ट के 6 महीनों में संस्थान खोल दिए।
Republic 48.3%, 374% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy has destroyed the landing experiment. Republic TV, voice of the people.
A lot of preparations have been before the Republic Day parade.
From insults to forces to anti-India position, Sabut Gang Yatra finds itself in a complete mess. No apology yet from Vadra Congress despite nationwide outrage. Mahesh Jethmalani files big charge, alleges Jairam Ramesh's China links. BBC documentary controversy reaches campus, screened at multiple campuses despite ban. Kangana Liberation Organization interlocutor speaks to Republic, gives hints that peace accord could be signed soon. Renowned Indian architect Balkrishna Vittal Das, credited with designing some of the most iconic structures in the country, passes away at 95. Good evening. You're watching live and breaking at 6:30. I'm Suesha Samant, and we begin this edition with some breaking news that is coming in. It is a big charge that is levelled by Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, who said that the Mahavikas Aghadi government had given quote-unquote supari to arrest him. We also have a statement on this. Let's listen in.
असं आहे की हे मी अतिशय सत्य सांगितलेलं आहे. महाविकास आघाडीच्या काळामध्ये हा पूर्ण प्रयत्न त्यांचा होता की कशाही प्रकारे माझ्यावर गुन्हा दाखल झाला पाहिजे, मी अरेस्ट झालो पाहिजे, आणि याची सगळी शब्द योग्य आहे की नाही मला माहित नाही, पण सुपारी ही तत्कालीन मुंबईचे पोलीस कमिशनर श्रीमान संजय पांडे यांना देण्यात आली होती. त्या संदर्भात अनेक प्रयत्न त्यांनी आणि काही लोकांनी करून पाहिले, परंतु ते यशस्वी झाले नाहीत. आणि मला असं वाटतं की या संदर्भातली काही माहिती हे आमच्या सीएम साहेबांना देखील आहेत, त्यामुळे त्यातली काही फर्स्ट हँड इन्फॉर्मेशन ही त्यांच्याजवळ देखील.
Alisha now joins us live on the broadcast. Alisha, that's a big charge that is levelled by Devendra Fadnavis against the Mahavikas Aghadi, as much as there have been several allegations of this nature against how there was gross misuse of power by the Mahavikas Aghadi government. Devendra Fadnavis saying that supari was given to have him arrested.
Yes, Suesha, it's a very big allegation that has been rebelled by Maharashtra Home Minister and Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, clearly mentioning when Mahavikas Aghadi was in government, there was a full attempt that was made for whether the fact it was case that was fake case that was registered against him, and also there was a supari that was given to former Mumbai Police Commissioner Sanjay Pandey, and it was all attempt that was made to make him arrest.
Alisha, please stay on with us. Sudhir Mungantiwar is with us on the phone line, and please put forth your questions also as we talk to him. First up, this big charge that has been levelled by Devendra Fadnavis. Supari was given to have him arrested. What is the inside story? What more can you share with us?
नहीं, बात सही है. जब उनको संजय पांडे जी ने 161 का नोटिस दिया था और पहले तो बीकेसी के पुलिस स्टेशन में बुलाया था, एक्स सीएम को सही तो जानकारी के लिए बीकेसी पुलिस स्टेशन में बुलाना यही औचित्य भंग था. उसके बाद शायद उनपे ये दबाव और प्रभाव जनता का और मीडिया का आया कि एक्स सीएम को आप बीकेसी पुलिस स्टेशन में बुला रहे हो. उसके बाद संजय पांडे जी ने उनके घर सागर पर जाकर ऐसे ऐसे प्रश्न पूछे कि 161 के नोटिस में जो विषय नहीं थे ऐसे भी विषयों पे प्रश्न पूछकर कोई तो भी षड्यंत्र चक्रव्यूह वो बना रहे, ऐसा वातावरण था. उसके 3 दिन के बाद जब हमारी कोर टीम की मीटिंग हुई, उस कोर टीम में हमने प्रश्न पूछा देवेंद्र जी को कि आपके साथ में 161 नोटिस के बाद आपके घर पे आकर जो पूछा गया, क्या पूछा गया. उन्होंने तो हमको सबको बताया, जो कोर टीम के हम 7-8 सदस्य थे, कि कुछ तो भी गड़बड़ उनकी हमारे नजर में आ रही है. और उसके पहले भी आपने देखा कि पिछली सरकार षड्यंत्र में नंबर 1 थी. वो चाहे कंगना रनावत जी का हो, अर्णव गोस्वामी की एक पुरानी केस निकाल के उनको दिवाली के समय अरेस्ट कर लिया. नारायण राव राणे जी, ऐसा ही कोई एक भाष्य है जिस भाष्य में 505(2) लगा दिया. एक शब्द ऐसा कि जिस शब्द पे 505(2) कभी लग नहीं सकती. नीतेश राणे आमदार थे, उनको अरेस्ट कर दिया. नवनीत राणा जी ने बताया कि मैं हनुमान चालीसा घर पे नहीं पढ़, आपके घर के सामने नहीं आऊंगी, फिर भी पकड़ दिया। नेवी रिटायर्ड ऑफिसर थे, उन्होंने एक कमेंट की, नेवी के बड़े ऑफिसर थे, राष्ट्रभक्त देशभक्त अधिकारी, उन्होंने सिर्फ एक कमेंट की तो उनको जाके बहुत ज्यादा मारा गया। तो ये पिछली जो सरकार थी, ये सूढ़ चक्र से काम करने वाली सरकार थी, और इसमें आखिरी में अहंकार में इतने गए थे कि उन्होंने देवेंद्र जी को हाथ लगाने की कोशिश की थी। मगर जो कुछ पुलिस अधिकारी अभी जो बताते हैं, उनपे संजय पांडे ने बहुत दबाव डाला था। संजय पांडे उनको कह रहा था कि
सुधीर जी, अलीशा बोल रही हूँ, आपसे ये जानेंगे क्योंकि एक सीरियस एलिगेशंस और खासतौर पर देवेंद्र फडणवीस ये कह रहे हैं कि कई ऐसे अटेम्प्ट उनके पार किए गए थे, कई ऐसे फेक केसेस उनके ऊपर किए गए थे, और एक सुपारी कहीं ना कहीं पर संजय पांडे को दी गई थी। हम जानते हैं संजय पांडे जो कि ईडी के केस में गिरफ्तार भी हुए थे, लेकिन इस ऑफिसर पर कहीं ना कहीं एक दबाव जो है वो महाविकास आघाड़ी पर रखा गया था, और खासतौर पर ये पूरी अटेम्प्ट की गई थी कि देवेंद्र फडणवीस जो है वो अरेस्ट हो।
एकदम सही बात है। संजय पांडे का कोई देवेंद्र जी से कोई दुश्मनी तो थी नहीं। संजय पांडे जी को चलाने वाले हाथ अलग थे। वो हाथ किसके थे, ये तो अभी इंक्वायरी जब लगेगी। हम भी मांग करने वाले हैं माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी से कि देवेंद्र जी ने कही हुई बात के बारे में इंक्वायरी करके हमने आगे जाना ही चाहिए, क्योंकि किसके ब्रेन की ये उपज थी, ये सुपीक बुद्धि से किसकी नापिक कल्पना थी, हमें तो सोचना चाहिए ना। अगर ऐसे काम करने वाले नेता, इनका नकाब फाड़ने की आवश्यकता है। इनका नकाब अगर नहीं फाड़ेंगे तो ये लोग ऐसा ही काम आगे भी करते रहेंगे।
बिल्कुल। और क्या इस पर कोई रिस्पॉन्स आएगा महाविकास आघाड़ी या ठाकरे से, हम उसका इंतजार करेंगे। सुधीर मुंगंटीवार, many thanks for speaking to Republic this evening. We are now cutting across to more breaking news coming in. These are a fresh set of tweets that have been put out by Digvijaya Singh, who is in the ire of controversy over his insult to the armed forces. The tweets that read, and I quote, I have held our armed forces in highest esteem. Two of my sisters were married to naval officers. There is no question of my asking questions to defense officials. My questions are to the Modi government. Question number 1, who is responsible for the unpardonable intelligence failure when 40 CRPF personnel were martyred? From where the terrorists could source 300 kgs of RDX? Why was the request by CRPF to airlift the CRPF personnel denied? Why was Devinder Singh, Deputy SP who hails from Pulwama, after being captured by Jammu and Kashmir police with terrorists, let off? Question number 5, Pulwama is one of the most terrorist infested locations. Why was the area and vehicle not checked and sanitized? These are my valid questions to the Modi government. Don't I, as a responsible citizen, have the right to know facts? Who has been punished for the serious lapse? In any other country, the Home Minister would have been made to resign. So this is a fresh set of tweets that have come in from Digvijaya Singh after the party has completely isolated itself from the line that was taken by the senior Congress leader, and no apology that has come in yet, evasive on whether the Congress will take any action against Digvijaya Singh. Remember, Republic had confronted Jairam. Now, a fresh set of tweets that have been put out by Digvijaya Singh. Abhishek Kapoor, senior executive editor, with us on the broadcast. Abhishek, obviously, he has had to face a lot of criticism, not just from the armed forces, not just from the entire country, but from his own party over what he had said yesterday. And now he is trying to camouflage those words and the statements made earlier, making it look like these are valid questions. He asks the ruling government, which of course he is very much well within his right, but still no apology of the insult to our armed forces. And if he's really tweaking his statement now, or what he said is what he really meant, is for the viewers to deduce.
Well, if anything, Suesha, Digvijay Singh is essentially trying to wriggle out of the mess he created for himself effectively. with the comments he made. And he sort of still, till the time that Jairam Ramesh distanced himself, Congress party from him and his comments, thought he could still brazen it out. And that was as late as today morning. It's only when Rahul Gandhi has spoken very clearly that it seems Digvijaya Singh realized that he might have bitten more than he can chew. Rahul Gandhi, of course, has his own share of attacks on the Congress party, on the Indian army. But what is important is that after the comments made by Rahul Gandhi, Digvijaya Singh perhaps realized that he has to now make a U-turn. Now, you can't make a U-turn when you are driving at 100 km per hour. That's why this tweak in his statement, oh, my sisters are married to Navy officers and I have never intended to insult the army and the armed forces. I respect them. But then I can still ask questions of the government. Now, all these questions that come out of his tweets have been answered ad nauseum by the government, by the agencies, by the armed forces. Now, you see, in intelligence operations, there are always grey areas. He is doing a very dangerous act of helping the enemy by pulling in some information from here and there, which could have been part of some other operation, and then trying to sort of impose it on Pulwama. That's exactly what the enemy propaganda was. That's exactly what Pakistan wanted. And Digvijaya Singh is effectively shooting himself in the foot again within 24 hours after having made that statement, questioning Pulwama, questioning surgical strikes, questioning the government, and of course by extension questioning the armed forces and their valor. Now that he finds himself cornered, not by the pressure of public opinion, but by the statement that came in from Rahul Gandhi, perhaps because he knows his job hangs there. And that's why I think this sort of very soft tweaking of his two statements. Remember, it cannot be a change of heart when he was sort of still trying to brazen it out after Jairam Ramesh distanced the Congress party from these comments and said that these must be the personal opinion, or this must be the personal opinion of Digvijaya Singh. And now, of course, he's sort of trying to justify his comments, say that, oh, I respect the armed forces, but I am trying to ask questions of the government which have been asked and which are questions that can really play into the hands of the enemy. And Digvijaya Singh, being the senior leader that he is, senior public figure that he is, thrice Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, a veteran of the Congress party, he's someone who's in the initial days was the guru of Rahul Gandhi and now has to backtrack because Rahul Gandhi, though, as I said, has his own share of blame when it comes to taking pot shots at the armed forces. The latest or the last round being when that video came of clash between Indian soldiers and the Chinese and the comment that Rahul Gandhi made that pitai ho rahi hai. So obviously Digvijaya Singh there now, I think, doing a bit of an about turn, but it's a little too late. He has repeated his comments, and I think the pressure of public opinion is still going to be on him. Suesha.
Oh yes, absolutely. Very many errors made on that front, and this certainly can't be the face saver that Digvijaya Singh is now attempting at. We'll track this story very, very closely. Abhishek, for the moment, thank you for joining us.
Madras Congress refuses to act on Digvijaya Singh. Yatra flops with a position on national security. Bharat Jodo Yatra or Bharat Todo Yatra, debating tonight, 9 p.m.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
In a big embarrassment for Vadra Congress today, after Vadra Congress asked Saboot on surgical strikes, Digvijaya Singh, on being confronted, made a U-turn, saying that it has greatest regards for the armed forces.
What
पार्टी ने किनारा कर लिया, पर क्या कायम है आप अपने बयान पर?
Statement, how it can be wrong?
The comments made are the comments by the opposition. I have got the greatest regard and respect for our defense forces, and I hold them in highest esteem.
But NI has already presented a charge sheet.
No end to Bengaluru civic apathy. In yet another incident, a BESCOM worker lost his life after suffering electric shock while repairing a transformer in Bengaluru. Days after the centre blocked airing of BBC documentary on Prime Minister Modi, a complaint was filed over the screening of the controversial series at the University of Hyderabad campus. Former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's relationship with the US and Russia. External Affairs Minister S. Jayashankar at the third edition of Atal Bihari Vajpayee Memorial Lecture, saying, and I quote, Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's ties with US-Russia. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu attacked former Chief Minister Jairam over his allegations regarding state borrowings. Addressing the media, the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh said that I do not want to get into needless political blame game.
हिमाचल के लोगों पर 75,000 करोड़ का कर्ज, 11,000 करोड़ के सरकारी कर्मचारी और अधिकारियों को 6th पे कमिश्नर का एरियर और 992 करोड़ डीए का एरियर जयराम सरकार जो हम पर छोड़कर गई है, और 900 संस्थान 6 महीने में खोले जिन पर खर्चा तकरीबन 5,000 करोड़ रुपया आना था, ये छोड़ कर गई है। ऐसी कौन सी दिव्य शक्ति जयराम जी में प्रवेश होगी कि 4.5 साल तक तो संस्थान खोले नहीं और लास्ट के 6 महीनों में संस्थान खोल दिए।
And we are cutting across to live pictures coming in from Thiruvananthapuram, where BJP workers are staging protests. They marched to Pujapura, where DFYI was screening the BBC documentary, and the police is now using water cannons to stop the protesters from crossing the barricades. There is massive anger over how rules are not being followed, especially how the government has imposed a ban on the screening of that BBC documentary. And despite that, we know of how it is being screened in Thiruvananthapuram and Hyderabad, two educational institutions where the controversial BBC documentary was screened, and now BJP staging these protests where they are demanding that the film not be screened. And to stop these protests, the police is now using water cannons. Those very dramatic pictures on your screens. As you had earlier also heard from the ABVP, who said that the student groups who were acting against the ban were motivated groups of colonial mindset. And there was a very reason that they were purposely provoking. And now this is the latest of what is happening in Thiruvananthapuram after the screening of that BBC documentary, where the police is now using water cannons to stop the protesters. Remember, these are live pictures coming in from Thiruvananthapuram, where the BJP is staging protests.
During this night time, that we are going to block the telecast of this documentary, which is against our country. But the government and the police is totally supporting the illegal activities done by DYF and CPM activists. The police were using water cans and other things and lathi charge the persons, and we are strongly protesting against this illegal activity.
How many workers injured?
I think that more than 16 were arrested from the Manabiyam Vidhi, where International Congress tried to telecast this movie, and here so many persons were injured due to the usage of water cannons. I am going to admit them in the hospital.
And there you hear loud sloganeering as BJP workers are staging these protests. We don't know if some of them are also being detained. Waiting for a confirmation on that from Ashwin. But they're certainly being stopped from staging these protests and the police using water cannons. Ashwin, I believe you're with us on the broadcast, and some very dramatic visuals coming in from Thiruvananthapuram, where BJP is categoric as to why this film is being screened, and a crackdown on them, stopping them from protesting on this.
Well, absolutely. Today, what the BJP state leadership has in fact done is that the state BJP president, in fact, has given a letter to the chief minister stating any kind of screening of this particular controversial documentary by a foreign country must not be played without any due diligence, and it can cause any kind of a bad situation on the ground. And despite that, there has been several such provocatory statements that has been made in form of a protest, where we have seen in the law college in Thiruvananthapuram, for instance, about 150 people have seen this documentary. The students have seen the law college in Ernakulam, in Kochi also. They have screened it. The pirated version of the movie was shown. Now, since this particular incident, the DYFI has organized a public broadcasting, again using the pirated version of this particular documentary and showing it to public, and then the Yuva Morcha and the BJP had in fact categorically stated they will not allow the screening to take place. Now this was stopped. There was a commotion that happened. This was stopped by the police, and the water cannons have also been extensively being used against these protesters for this. And the BJP has been in fact stating very categorically that they will not allow this screening to take place. What they have stated is that the SIT has given clean chit. The Nanavati Commission has given clean chit. It's been 20 years. All the commission, all the inquiry in this particular case has already been done. But what is the reason why the BBC, which is known to always put India in a very bad light when they have come up with this documentary, if it is nothing less than a propaganda? So clearly the BJP has shown its strength today. It has also very categorically stated that any such move by the government to allow such screening to take place will not be allowed. And as a result, the government, the police and the law enforcement has put a hold on the activists, and the water cannons have been used as the protest even turned violent.
But Ashwin, clearly these student groups have been defiant. In fact, in Hyderabad, when our colleague Aneri tried to question them and put out their point of view as to why they were doing this, they blocked Republic. And it is really an agenda that they're going after. Ashwin.
Yeah, well, in fact, when I did speak to the SFI representative in college, in the Thiruvananthapuram Law College, in fact, he had spoken to Republic as well. And in that, he has stated that he will, for the students, what they are saying, this is a kind of a censorship. They will not allow any censorship to take place. So when we particularly questioned about whether they will show any kind of genocide in the state, in the way they are saying there's a genocide, will they show the Kashmir genocide? For that, they were dilly-dallying. So clearly, the entire students' movement in Kerala, be the left or of the Congress, has taken a huge political turn in this. In fact, they have used this particular BBC documentary as a tool to project the Prime Minister of the country in a bad light. And there was, for a long time, they were waiting for something like this, is what the most BJP workers I have spoken to have stated. They said the the statesmanship of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, especially at the time when India is also holding the presidency of the G20, the way he has handled COVID crisis, it has definitely brought him fame. And this is the reason that the opposition, in fact, is trying to malign the entire image by bringing in a foreign entity with what's on documentary, and that is the reason why BJP is saying there is a larger agenda to it. The state BJP leadership have very clearly stated this is a larger agenda to defame the BJP and this leadership, and especially Prime Minister Narendra Modi, by raking in an issue which has already been settled, and also stating that this can cause divisiveness among the various communities in the state of Kerala.
And that exactly is the question, Ashwin, as to who is provoking using this BBC docu-series. It's blocked in India, the lobby is still screening it, and a certain section that is celebrating this BBC docu-series. That is exactly what Ornav will be debating tonight at 10:30. Thank you, Ashwin, for the moment. Let's put out details for our viewers.
Blocked in India, but the lobby screens the film. Why is the Tukde gang celebrating the BBC documentary? Who's provoking using the BBC docu-series? Debating tonight at 10:30 p.m.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाइड क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
In a big embarrassment for Vadra Congress, a day after Vadra Congress asked Saboot on surgical strikes, Digvijaya Singh, on being confronted, made a U-turn, saying that it has greatest regards for the armed forces.
पार्टी ने किनारा कर लिया, पर क्या कायम है आप अपने बयान पर?
Statement, how it can be wrong?
The comments made are the comments by the opposition. I have got the greatest regard and respect for our defense forces, and I hold them in highest esteem.
But NI has already presented a charge sheet.
No end to Bengaluru civic apathy in yet another incident. A BESCOM worker lost his life after suffering electric shock while repairing a transformer in Bengaluru. Days after the centre blocked airing of BBC documentary on Prime Minister Modi, a complaint was filed over the screening of the controversial series at the University of Hyderabad campus. Former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's relationship with the US and Russia. External Affairs Minister S. Jayashankar at the third edition of Atal Bihari Vajpayee Memorial Lecture, saying, and I quote, Atal Bihari Vajpayee transformed India's ties with US-Russia. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu attacked former Chief Minister Jairam over his allegations regarding state borrowings. Addressing the media, the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh said that I do not want to get into needless political blame game.
हिमाचल के लोगों पर 75,000 करोड़ का कर्ज, 11,000 करोड़ के सरकारी कर्मचारी और अधिकारियों को 6th पे कमिश्नर का एरियर और 992 करोड़ डीए का एरियर जयराम सरकार जो हम पर छोड़ कर गई है, और 900 संस्थान 6 महीने में खोले जिन पर खर्चा तकरीबन 5,000 करोड़ रुपया आना था, ये छोड़ कर गई है। ऐसी कौन सी दिव्य शक्ति जयराम जी में प्रवेश होगी कि 4.5 साल तक तो संस्थान खोले नहीं, तो लास्ट के 6 महीनों में संस्थान खोल दिए।
Republic 48.3%, 374% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy has destroyed the landing experiment. Republic TV, voice of the people.
A lot of preparations have been before the Republic Day parade.
Thank you for joining us on the biggest story tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A story broken by Republic TV, and if there's one channel that's put forces first, put nation first, and question these irresponsible comments made by politicians each time they dare to question our forces or ask for saboot or proof, it's been Republic TV. People like Digvijaya Singh are a disgrace because they question our forces not once, not twice. They've been doing it for many years now, in fact since 2016, and that's why when we started this story, when we broke this story yesterday, we knew it was time to question them, and today it's the biggest talking point. From their party leaders, their high command, their leadership, they're all in a fix. They haven't apologized, they're brazening it out, and that is why it continues to be our biggest story tonight. Here are the headlines. The Bharat Todo Yatra controversy has become bigger now. They're calling it Bharat Jodo. Look at the comments coming out of that, whatever you call it, a yatra, rally, YouTuber event. It's Bharat Todo, nothing else. No condemnation for what Digvijaya Singh has done. No action taken on what Digvijaya Singh has said. Serial offender Digvijaya Singh, it's maybe comment number 5 or 6 on our armed forces. And he tweets this evening again questioning the army. He's not regretting it one bit. It's the Saboot Gang Yatra, a complete political disaster in Jammu and Kashmir in the last run. On the China tilt, there's a focus on Jairam Ramesh. There's a tweet by Mahesh Jethmalani who claims he has proof. Story is getting very interesting on Jairam Ramesh's openly pro-China position taken. BJP questions Jairam Ramesh claims he was lobbying for Chinese tech. Huawei, owned, developed, run, promoted by the Communist Party, linked leaders, some from the PLA. Tukde gang pushing BBC docu-series on campuses, using children to peddle their propaganda. Thank you for joining us on the biggest story tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we tried asking the Vadra Congress some questions on whether they would pull up Digvijaya Singh, what they felt about what Digvijaya Singh said, and whether there would be action taken on a leader called Digvijaya Singh who has questioned our forces several times in the past, not once or twice, several times in the past. Instead, when our correspondent Gursimran, who was in Jammu tracking this event, asked some questions to the leader called Jairam Ramesh, we were hounded, we were chased out of their events. Not allowed to enter the Congress event. In fact, the pro-Congress channels were allowed inside. The pro-Congress lollipop questions asking, softball questions asking media from Lutyens were allowed inside. We were shut out. We asked some questions. There's a sequence where Rahul Gandhi is going. We ask him a question. The car drives in. No answers given. Doors are shut on Republic TV's reporter. Yes, that's democracy. That the favorite word of the Vadra Congress, democracy. And here's how they shut down democracy in their Bharat Todo Yatra.
Sir, जिस तरह से
this kind of controversy
दिग्विजय सिंह के
one second. First of all, learn to be little disciplined.
सर पूरे अनुशासन में हम आपसे सवाल पूछ रहे हैं. पूरे अनुशासन में सर सवाल हम आपसे पूछ रहे हैं.
Sir, why are you removing our mic? Because I am removing it because I want to put it. First, let's tell you. 1 second. Yeah, you just answer.
सर हम पूरे अनुशासन में आपसे सवाल पूछ रहे हैं.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just asking a question. You are arguing with me because you are.
सर पूरे अनुशासन में हम आपसे सवाल पूछ रहे हैं. पूरे अनुशासन में सवाल पूछ रहे हैं सर.
सभी सवाल का जवाब दूंगा. You are just putting. No, you are putting.
ऐसे माइक नहीं हटा सकते सर.
You just see.
जयराम सर इस तरह से जयराम सर
You are putting a mic into my mouth.
Brother. Sir, just want your reaction.
जयराम सर
Don't try to put
इस तरह से सेना के शौर्य पर सवाल उठा देना सर और फिर आप जयराम सर प्लीज सर इस तरह से सेना के शौर्य पर सवाल उठा देना सर
This is just you putting the words only.
जयराम सर
It was at quite a far distance. Mr. Jairam, will there be any action on the action by the party since it was his personal?
Please, हो गया दीदी.
Sir, if everything is fine, then why we are being barred from your briefing? Then why we are being barred?
What is this?
Any action you are going to take?
Nobody is barred from Mr. Rahul Gandhi's briefing.
Your team has just told us.
Media is welcome.
It was your reaction. That's why we are asking you.
Media is welcome to cover the briefing.
Sir, any notice to be issued to Digvijaya Singh now? Sir, will there be any notice issued to Digvijaya Singh?
This is not clear. Your question has been answered.
Sir,
You
no
have time for PC.
Sir, we are asking, sir, any action?
कोई एक्शन लिया जाएगा
Any action on Sir Digvijaya Singh?
Please. Don't.
How you are going to shield him? Who is raising question? Because you are the one who are often hitting out at the government for being undemocratic in their approach, dictatorial in your approach.
Using the stage of
Sir, will there be any action on Digvijaya Singh, sir? ये तो बता दीजिए. Mr. Jairam, Ramesh. Sir, we are asking questions. No one is hacking him.
बात हो गई.
Mr. Jairam, will there be any action on him? Sir, Mr. Jairam, you said you will answer our questions. Then
You have an option.
Abhishek is joining me on the broadcast live. The BJP held another news conference, not just one, they in fact held two news conferences today. But Abhishek, going by the defense put out by Digvijaya Singh, I mean, it's bizarre because I believe Rahul Gandhi held a news conference today where he gave sermons about democracy, did not say a word about Digvijaya Singh, rather did not condemn Digvijaya Singh, did not ask an apology from Digvijaya Singh, no action taken against Digvijaya Singh. Digvijaya Singh then tweets asking more questions to the government on Pulwama. So it's clear they're not going to pull back on this one, isn't it, Abhishek?
Niranjan, it seems Digvijaya Singh is sort of trying to wriggle himself out of the mess he has created over the last 24 hours. You said bizarre, it's really sensitive, it's dangerous because this is exactly the narrative that Pakistan wanted pushed. And it's unfortunate that a senior leader like Digvijaya Singh really plays into the hands of the enemy and does not understand the complications involved and the consequences of what he's suggesting. Intelligence, counterintelligence, operations are grey area, and there's a lot of grey area in those operations. So to superimpose that Devinder Singh case onto Pulwama, that is exactly the narrative that Pakistan wanted, Niranjan, and that's how it began, in fact. So for Digvijaya Singh to be doing this is really disservice to the cause of the nation and its national security. Having said that, insofar as Digvijaya Singh backtracking a bit is concerned, Niranjan, that I don't think is under the pressure of public opinion because it's been 24 hours and he was not budging. Even after Jairam Ramesh distanced the Congress party from the leader. But Digvijaya has sort of made some softening in his position only after Rahul Gandhi in that press conference said that he did not agree with what Digvijaya had said. So obviously, I don't think it's a change of heart. Digvijaya Singh loves to revel in controversy, so I don't think he's sort of weakening on that front. It's just that because his boss, Rahul Gandhi, has spoken something that he seems to be sort of softening his position. It's really unfortunate that even in doing so, he has raised another one. And I think that's even more dangerous than just questioning the armed forces and their valor in having carried out the surgical strikes. Bringing in these sort of counterintelligence operations into the dialogue and to be pushing a narrative which really suits the enemy he is not doing any service to the nation, Niranjan. And that's the unfortunate bit really coming out of those 4 tweets that he has done hurriedly now post that press conference of Rahul Gandhi.
Yeah,
back to you, Niranjan.
Yeah, and there was that sequence when Gursimran even tried asking that question. Jairam Ramesh, when asked the question, says everyone is allowed. He gives this, no, media is allowed to cover the yatra. Well, we did not want to cover the yatra. We wanted to ask questions as the reporters usually do. We wanted to ask questions and the gates were shut. We were forced to be outside that event. We were not even allowed inside that location where Rahul Gandhi was taking questions from the YouTuber media, because only YouTubers are now, we are given to understand, allowed to ask questions, and friendly media of course was allowed, but we were not allowed. If I have that sequence of us asking that question to Rahul Gandhi, I can play that. But here's what the BJP also said. The BJP held 2 news conferences, Ravi Shankar Prasad speaking at least twice today, while ramping up the political pressure on the Congress party. But of course, none of it had them budging. They did not apologize. Here's what the BJP said earlier today.
राहुल गांधी पहली बार बोले हैं कि मैं सेना का सम्मान करता हूं। जो पार्टी की ओर से गंभीर सवाल उठाए गए थे, उसको उन्होंने पहली बार कहा कि हम सेना का सम्मान करते हैं। राहुल जी, दिग्विजय सिंह आपके साथ कन्याकुमारी से चल रहे हैं, तो हजारों किलोमीटर की यात्रा में आप उनको समझा नहीं पाए थे क्या? वो कोई पहली बार बोले थे क्या? और आज जब आपने ये कहा तो आपने कुछ और सवाल खड़े कर दिए। इसलिए आज इस चैप्टर का हम फाइनल हिसाब करने आए हैं। Rahul Gandhi, today the BJP is going to settle the final account with you as far as your vacillating stand on the armed forces is concerned. आज मैंने सुबह एक बात कही थी कि ये देश सेना के शहादत का सबूत नहीं मांगता, उनके बलिदान को सलाम करता है। यही भारत की परंपरा है ना। Indians don't seek proof of the heroic courage of our armed forces, but salute them. और उसका कारण भी मैंने कहा था कि देश के लिए जीते तो हम लोग सब।
Okay, this is a big breaking news coming in. Nattu nominated for the best song in the Oscars. Big breaking news coming in now. Ladies and gentlemen, big moment for Indian cinema once again. RRR making India proud. RRR is now officially in the Oscars race. That's a big breaking news update coming in. RRR, which recently won a Golden Globe, the Critics' Choice Awards, and now RRR has scripted Oscar history, has been nominated in the Oscar race. They are in the Oscar race right now. And the whole country backing Rajamouli and team to win the Oscars. RRR is in the Oscars race right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's an official update that we have now. Nattu has been nominated for the Oscars. Big moment for Indian cinema at the Oscars. Will we do it again? Will we do that again? Nattu, after winning a Golden Globe, the song that's been spoken about across the world, has got an Oscar nomination. And in a few minutes from now, few hours rather, we will get to know whether RRR wins an Oscar. Look at that, nominees for the original song on your screen right now. Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, Diane Warren, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, music by Lady Gaga and Blood Pop, Lift Me Up from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, music by the likes of Rihanna, and Nattu from RRR, music by Keeravani. Nattu has got nominations. There are 3 Oscar nominations we are hearing. In fact, we're waiting for more details to come in. There are more Oscar nominations. But the big breaking news update right now, Rajamouli's RRR getting nominated
in the Best Original Song category at the Oscars. Nominees for the Original Song Oscars making it to the shortlist on your screen right now. There are 5 songs up there. Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, Hold My Hand from Top Gun, Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Natu Natu from RRR. And Mugdha is joining me on the phone line, the entertainment head of republicworld.com. She's live with us right now. Mugdha, fantastic moment. What a moment for Indian cinema. This is something that we were hoping for a headline tomorrow morning. But this is great news, Mugdha. Great news.
Yes, absolutely. It's a big day for Indian cinema. You know, a lot of Indian titles have been nominated at the Oscars. Of course, we have Natu Natu from RRR that is, nominated under the original score. Then there is Best Documentary Feature nomination for All That Breathes. And of course, there is another nomination at the Oscars for The Elephant Whisperers, that is for the documentary short subject. So it's, of course, it's a big day for Indian cinema. 3 Indian titles have been nominated at the Oscars. The last time we saw Indian titles that were, nominated at the Oscars was in 2002 when Lagan was nominated as the best foreign feature film. So this is, of course, as you rightly said, it's a big day for Indian cinema. It's a time for celebration because the Oscars, as we all know, is a huge, it comes as a huge validation for the Indian titles and the Indian filmmakers. And Natu Natu, of course, we were expecting it to, bag a nomination, get a nod at the Oscars, and that's what it has received.
Well, you've been in touch with the RRR team. It's been such a dream run for them, from the Golden Globe for the song, and then the Critics' Choice Awards. And I'm not sure whether is Rajamouli back. Seems like he's there to collect all the awards and then come back once and for all, isn't it?
Yes, I'm. So currently, yes, as we all know that, Natu Natu did bag a Golden Globe for the track, and which has been composed by M.M. Keeravani. And then, later at the Critics' Choice Award, it got
Mugdha, be with me.
2 awards.
Mugdha, be with me. Mugdha, be with me. I have Makarand.
Foreign film.
I have Makarand, joining us live. Makarand was he's also a part of the RRR team. And he was live on the day that they won the Golden Globe. Makarand, hi. I'm just breaking this news to you. Fantastic news that Natu Natu has been nominated for the Oscars. Wanted to get your reaction.
Man. My God, I just feel best is best, It just remains best everywhere, all the time. Just the world is going to dance to now India's tunes, man. And that's hats off to Kirwani, hats off to Rajamouli. I mean, I'm just hats off to us, all of us. It's great. What to say? I'm just about to perform. I'm going to start my play in IIT Mumbai, and I'm getting this news. I'm just elevated with this new force. I'm going to be performing today. My God, what to say? It is just. You know what? One just knew, and one feels that it's going to win also. So it's not only nomination, it's not going to stop there.
Well, I hope the play that you're going to perform is something which keeps you in a very happy mood. This is fantastic news. Makarand, my colleague Mugdha is also here.
Great news.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, who's there?
My colleague Mugdha is here. Mugdha, you want to ask him a question? Go ahead.
Yes, Mugdha.
So, Makarand, of course, it's thrilling, and it's exciting that Natu Natu has been nominated for the Oscar Original Score. Tell us, are you in contact with any of the team members, the cast from RRR?
No, unfortunately, I'm not. To be honest, I'm not. I'm just because I've just finished my theatre festival yesterday, so I'm just completely yet today another show. So I'm still connected with my own theatre activity. But I'm sure now I should be getting in touch with.
And how do you plan on celebrating it? How do you plan on celebrating this huge news?
You know what? I'm going to be breaking the news in my performance, and thanks to you. I'm going to be breaking this news in IIT Mumbai here. And that's how, and I'm performing, I'm performing Gandhi. So that's another something which is you know, and what I mean we're just there. Yeah? I think scintillating. You know, there is nomination.
Also, tell us, how will this give like a boost to
and dance, but it's no more limited to song dance. It's about story. It's about the impact. You know, we have a conversation between James Cameron and Rajamouli. And what James Cameron spoke about the film, and then he told him, that if you are thinking of making a film, yeah, let's meet. I mean, that's I think the level of impact which is on somebody like who's made Avatar. I think if you get the best critic choice award, I think everybody wants to have imagination on this and then make stories. Don't forget that we had made Teesri Kasam, which was a hit film, which was based on Panishwarnath Renu. All the masterpieces are happened on the stories, which is literature which we have. So we don't need to, as a Bollywood or an Indian film, to look at Hollywood. I think now Hollywood is looking at us.
I have some more news for you, Makrand and Mugdha. I'm just being told that Oscars nomination. Elephant Whisperers from India, Kartiki Gonzalez and Guneet Monga. That's breaking news coming in. It's not just RRR.
My God.
There's another Indian nomination. Oscars nominees for documentary feature film. All That Breathes.
Wow.
Shaunak Sen, Aman Man and Teddy Leifer. So there are 3 nominations from India. Fantastic. 3 nominations, not just one, but 3, Makaran.
3 cheers, man. 3 cheers. India is right there. I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable or believable? Let's make everything believable. It's superb. Outstanding.
Superb.
Now, I need to go for my show.
Okay, Makrand, all the best. You have a fantastic show. You have a fantastic show and smile a lot. Not sure whether your character allows you to do that on stage, but do that today. Do that today, Makrand. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Mugdha, fantastic. Just getting in more news of more nominations from India, Mugdha.
Some amazing news there. All That Breathes and the Elephant Whisperers being shortlisted for documentary, feature film, and
there are 3 nominations so far. Are there more?
Yes, of course, it's a huge day for. No, the 4 Indian titles that were in the race for the Oscars were The Elephant Whisperers, All That Breathes, RRR, and of course, Cello Show, which was India's official entry to the Oscars. We are still waiting for the nominations for the Best Foreign Language Film to come in. So there's another opportunity there that we're waiting for.
Yeah, okay. So that's have we had so many nominations in the official Oscars race before? I'm not sure. Whether we've had so many. Have we had so many before?
No, Niranjan. So the last time that any Indian film was nominated was in 2002, which was Amir Khan's starrer Lagan, directed by Ashutosh Gowarkar, and the 2 other Indian films that have been nominated at the Oscars are Mother India and Salaam Bombay. Other than these films, never have any Indian films been nominated at the Oscars before. So of course, this is a huge year for Indian cinema, a big win, we would say, of original Indian cinema at the Oscars. It's an amazing day, a day for celebration for India, of course.
Yeah. Well, A.R. Rahman is, he's done India proud at the Academy Awards. He's won 2 awards in 2009, was nominated in 2011. And this is a fantastic news for Indian cinema. RRR, and we've just been looking at the headlines. Twinkle Sharma is joining us, also part of Team RRR. Twinkle, hi, good evening. Can you hear me, Twinkle?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hi.
Hi, getting in some fantastic news that RRR is officially in the Oscars race. We wanted to get your reaction on Republic first.
Oh my God. This is a big day for Indian cinema. I can see, this is a big day for everyone because Oscar is a big thing and I am in that movie. I seriously can't believe it right now. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Congratulations to whole RRR team and Rajamouli sir and everyone because just because of them, we got Oscar. Our movie got Oscar. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Yeah, you know what? I also have one of your colleagues who acted with you at RRR joining us on the broadcast right now. Let me see if I have him. Edward Sonnenblick. Edward, are you there? Edward, good evening.
Hi, hello, can you hear me?
Fantastic news, Edward, coming in that RRR is officially now nominated for the Oscars. We don't have a doubt. We don't have a doubt. But what do you think, Edward? Are we going to get it?
Get what? I mean, we got the nomination. From here on out, I think there's no looking back. Whatever happens, it's a new era for Indian cinema. I think people around the world, and especially including Hollywood, are shaken up suitably by the success of the whole, this film, and they're going to start looking at India's cinema in a whole new way.
Yeah, and looking at the headlines coming out of.
So it's like I said, I think there's no looking back now.
Yeah, my colleague Mugdha is also here. She has a couple of questions. Mugdha is our entertainment editor. Mugdha, Edward is on the show right now if you want to ask him a couple of questions.
Hi, Edward. Many congratulations. It's
Thank you.
huge news.
Yeah.
So, tell us, were you expecting this? We all were expecting it, but at your end, were you expecting this RRR to, be nominated as under the best original score at the Oscars?
Yeah, I'm not surprised at this point, considering how successful the buzz has been and the Golden Globe, win and everything. I think this is not a huge surprise, but it doesn't make it any less.
Where
wonderful.
are you right now, Edward? Edward, where are you? Are you with the crew? Where are you?
I'm on location. I'm shooting a film in Tamil Nadu right now.
Oh man, and where are you going to be tomorrow? You're going to be right there. How do you plan to celebrate if it happens tomorrow, Edward? Oh, it's already there, but how are you going to celebrate tomorrow?
Yeah.
I think I have a day off actually from the shoot I'm on. I don't know. I'm just gonna work on my Natu steps.
Yeah, and is the crew together? Where is Rajamouli? Where is Mr. Rajamouli? Where is Junior NTR? Where is Ramchandra? Are they together?
I don't know where anybody is right now, but I think we're all feeling connected, at some level in our hearts. And it was great hearing Twinkle's voice just before I came on, so congratulations to her and everybody else.
Let's see if she's there. Let me get a word from her. It'll be nice to have both of you. Twinkle, are you there? Twinkle? Okay, I think I lost the line. But let me ask you something. You've acted in this movie. How is it different? How is it different? What is it about RRR that makes it so great?
I think it's the Rajamouli effect, when he's at the helm, there's just very little tension about, whether or not what we're doing is going to come out well. He's in total control. He's got an amazing vision, and the atmosphere on the set when you're shooting with him and his team is it's something different going on. It's something very peaceful compared to most film shoots that I've done. I've been doing this in India now, as an actor for 15 years, and it was quite exceptional. Just the level of professionalism and the level of control that he exerts, but in a very loving way.
We just had that tweet that was put out officially, Mugdha, by Team RRR. That's the tweet. They've just put it out a few seconds ago saying we created history. Proud and privileged to share that Natu Natu has been nominated for Best Original Song in the 95th Academy Awards. One of the biggest debates we've been having, Edward, is how original cinema, when you, and you work with Indian cinema, right? And original cinema is something that the world has taken time to notice, observe, soak in and appreciate. Do you think that going forward, do you think there's a lot more for Indian movies on the global stage?
Yeah, absolutely. My journey to India started when I first saw the movie Lagan, which made it to the Oscars as a nominee for Best International Film. That film blew me away. It introduced me to Bollywood, and it started my journey. I got obsessed with Indian films after that, and ended up, as an actor here in India. That was 15 years ago that I came here to do that. And since then, I don't know, I haven't seen a lot of buzz like this at all, coming from, from Hollywood towards this kind of love. Success is due to a lot of different things, but I think especially the fact that it doesn't try to be a Western film at all. It doesn't try to be like a Hollywood film. It totally owns its Indianness. I think it owns its South Indianness in particular. The level of energy, the level of emotion, and all of that is not something that, you know, people are used to seeing in places, you know, in industries like Hollywood. Those audiences aren't used to this level of, I